wait to meet you.
There's a Roy Rogers on Main. Maybe they're at 6.
I'll be in a red convertible.
Bye.
Soon, Roy Rogers will become Hardee's. We're keeping Roy's delicious chicken and adding breakfast biscuits.
Yo, babe, is there a Roy Rogers around here?
Roy Rogers?
It'll seem confusing at first,
Never heard of it.
but you'll thank us later.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another great episode of the amazing Atari Aficionado. So, if you are watching this is the big versus video, of course, as you can read with your own eyes in the title and the description, as if this is a big surprise. But I just wanted to kind of talk about the box real quick before I jump into the game. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the box for the NES game, so I will go ahead and at least flash it up on screen. Now, not a bad box, but my big gripes with it are there's not enough detail on it. I think it's pretty cool how they angled the spaceship, and you can see the little squares as it's going through the hyper warp. But I'm gonna give this round to Atari. The box on the Defender 2 artwork, the artwork on the box, so much more detailed, so much more going on. It actually shows the alien UFOs kidnapping the planet people on this, lovely mysterious planet, turning them into mutants, the humanoids, and the Stellar Gateway. I think the ship looks a little bit cooler here. It's kind of like forward, it's tilted a little bit, but I feel like the NES one is just, I don't know, it's kind of lazy to me. The NES has some great boxes, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this is definitely a massive win for the Atari 2600. Back of the box could have been a little more exciting. They could have maybe had some more pictures, maybe a little more description, but that's generally what you would get. Keep in mind, this is a later release of Atari, back when the 7800 was catching fire. So for them to still be doing that, and you really gotta give props to finding a case or finding a box in such good condition with that Atari Advantage sticker on it. I absolutely love it. So there you go. And then real quickly, for the people that want to see the manual, there is the nice kind of glossy manual when they really started getting nice with the manuals later at the end of the decade. So this was re-released in '87, and this was the year I was born. And there you go. There is the 90-day limited warranty. So for my paper freaks out there, where my freaks at? I'm a big paper collector. I'm a big physical media guy. So I like that stuff, and I like the people that appreciate it. So let's get on to the gameplay, and we'll see who wins round 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting out with Defender 2. Originally, obviously released by Williams Electronics Games Incorporated. This was ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System as seen here. Real quickly, just an FYI, all of the Williams games, the arcade games that were released on Nintendo, all have that same obnoxious intro. I'll show you Centipede here in a moment. So here you go, folks. Here is Millipede, the game Millipede. Obviously, this was also done by HAL Laboratory, and this was another one of those. I believe this was originally owned by Williams, probably. But there you go. There's Centipede. All right, folks. I'm just gonna do the basic game A, and let's get into it. Now that's cool. Sounds like the Star Wars theme there. Oops, I just used my specialty weapon. So that's me, obviously, in the spaceship. So I'm just kind of giving everybody an idea of what this game is like. You know, watching me play it live here, some actual game footage. So the people, I need to protect them below. These aliens I need to shoot and kill. I need to watch all the other debris that's flying at me. And then if these people get picked up, I do have to safely rescue them. I'm going to go ahead and warp here. And then that just takes you to like the other end of the board. So you can check on people all over this planet that are getting kidnapped. Ooh, what in the world was that? I like the colors on this. I love the look of the green aliens. I really do enjoy the bright colors. This is what I would expect from the arcade if I were to play Defender 2 in the arcade. Or even Defender for that matter. That is also kind of a neat thing that I wanted to touch base on, that it's a sequel video game, and there's not a ton, you know, this early in the game, you know. So it's kind of neat that Defender of all games. Boom, there we go. Attack Wave 1 completed. So I think I'm probably going to stop the footage here. You guys got a really good idea. Don't know who I'm giving the round to just yet. The sound is really good. The music could use a little bit of help. But it's pretty much easy to see everything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is Defender 2 from 1984 on the Atari 2600. And I gotta say, I'm not just, you know, being one-sided here, but that is a pretty neat looking screen. You don't see a whole lot of vertical written titles. They're usually horizontal. And I love Roman numerals, so I gotta give the title screen win to Atari as well. Just a little more badass and not as silly sounding as Nintendo's. I like the silence here. But once you hit start, listen to this. Yeah! Now you're in the real Defender universe. I love the bullets. I love the way they're real long, laser-like. Here, see? It's a little bit easier to protect the people. Oh, that guy just fell to his death. I should have caught him. Sometimes if they're low enough, you can let them fall and they're usually okay. And check this out. When you warp, a lot quicker. There's not as much lag. There was some weird lag with the Nintendo version, I noticed. It wasn't my TV or anything like that. It was just slower. This feels quicker, more natural. It's a little bit easier to control it, believe it or not. I like the float, how you gotta kind of have to press back and forth. It feels like a real spaceship, like real inertia's happening. I don't know, the game feels quicker. It feels just a little more complete. It's easier, like I said, to really control your ship and to fight the enemy, and the colors and the sound are just so classic Atari. Hopefully I can rescue somebody here and show you that it's definitely a lot easier to pick them up and catch them. Somebody around here is getting... Oh, man, it's a tough one, too. The challenge is a little bit higher on the Atari 2600, but I don't mind it. I'm going to have to go ahead and give the win to Atari here. This is clearly the better looking, better sounding, better presented game. Nintendo, I'm sorry. I mean, they do put out some great stuff, but the Atari, this clearly, Atari 2600 is the winner here.
Mr. Surfer, have you ever considered propane as an alternative energy source for that board of yours? With a little retooling, I could get it to work. Tell you what I'm going to do. Being that you're my neighbor and I like you, I'm going to give you the new neighbor discount and a free t-shirt. So what do you say?
Take a ride on the Cosmic Tide on an all-new Silver Surfer next, as Fox Kids Heads for the Hills continues.
Just think, with repeat business like that, I could eventually be supplying propane galaxy-wide.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.